Hi everybody, I'm Verona, physiotherapist, acupuncturist and nutritionist, and today I'm going to take a few moments to have a chat about the importance of water and how do we know if we're dehydrated. What are the signs and symptoms of being dehydrated and what are the consequences? How much water do we need to drink? So basically, how much water is needed. Now, excluding perspiration, the normal turnover of water in our bodies is about 4% of our total body weight every day. You think, hang on a minute, that's huge. 4% of our body weight. Like, I weigh 70 kilo, so 4%, 10% of that would be 7 kilos, so maybe around about 4 or 5 kilos of water per day. So there you go. Well, actually, yeah, saying here 70 kilogram adult, this is equivalent of, say, 3 litres of water per day. So our individual requirements, how much water do we need compared to someone else, for instance? We need to consider the environment. Is it a hot day? Is it dry? Are we getting dehydrated because there's no humidity in the atmosphere? How much physical activity are we doing? Our individual metabolisms can require more or less water. So water provides 5 vital functions in your body. The cells need water. We need water for chemical and metabolic reactions. We need for transport of nutrients, our body temperature regulation and elimination of waste. Now, as well as that, we have our lymphatic drainage system, which means that fluids drain from the tissues back to the bloodstream and back to the heart. And they carry waste products in those lymphatics. And sometimes that can get blocked. You might see some people that are a little bit overweight that have got really swollen legs. So that fluid is not draining and moving back throughout the body. So what we need good flow of water. We need a good supply of water. We also need a good flow of water and recovery and circulation in our body. So 72% of our body is water. People might think, yeah, that's huge, but when you think about it, our lungs are 90% water. Bloodstream, the blood is 82%. Even our skin is 80% water. 75% water in muscle. 70% in our brain and 22% in our bones. That's huge. So water removes the waste products, including toxins, and this is basically waste products from cellular metabolism, from energy factory in the cells, and removes them through the urine and the feces. The water distributes minerals, vitamins, and glucose and sugars. It regulates body temperature, limiting changes in body temperature. So if we're hot, we sweat, we lose water, and the sweat keeps us cool. And it allows the body to release excess heat. It acts as a lubricant and shock absorber in our joints, in the womb for the baby, for our eyes, in our brain, in our spinal cord. Down to the nitty-gritty. How do we know if we are dehydrated? And most of us will have felt maybe too much sun. You may get a bit of a headache. You get thirsty. You get really dry in the mouth. And you don't need to go to the toilet so much, or your pee turns quite a dark colour. And your muscles may tighten up and cramp. Now, they can be fairly early signs of being dehydrated. And generally what we say is as soon as you start to feel thirsty, you're already in early stage of dehydration. Now, in more severe cases of dehydration, your pee is going to get really, really dark. Your skin will feel dry and brittle. You might feel dizzy. Your heart starts to race because basically there's not enough fluid getting through to the body, so the heart's sort of trying to work even harder and harder to pump the fluid through. You may breathe really fast. Your eyes seem to get sunken into your head. You may be sleepy, have a lack of energy, become confused or irritable, and even faint. Now, obviously, a lack of water over a couple of days, you can die. All right, we can survive for ages without food, but we cannot survive without water. So at the end of the day, how much water do we really need to drink? And it says here that you should drink 1.5 to 2 litres of water per day. Generally, I would say that probably should be a little bit more than that. So, what is too much water? Well, if we've got healthy kidneys, then we really are not going to get sick or have a problem with drinking too much. But sometimes if your sodium or salt levels are low, it may become dangerously low if you drink too much. Thank you so much for listening. That's all I have for now. So do take care to drink enough water each day, particularly if it's hot, or particularly if you're going to be involved in exercise or sport, or going for a long distance run. Make sure you hydrate before you go. Otherwise, you might start to feel a bit sluggish or lose energy when you're going through the run. So, be careful of your dehydration. And, love to hear your comments below. Let me know if you've experienced times where you've been dehydrated. What did you feel? What happened to you? I'd love to hear. So love to see your comments below. Thanks very much for listening.